Hi, let us understand about node drain option as a part of Docker Swarm cluster. Whenever I am having a group of worker machine as a part of a cluster, at some point of time, I may have to bring down the machine or node for maintenance purpose. Whenever I am bringing down the machine for maintenance, I should go for graceful shutdown of the containers running within that specific machine. That's the purpose of having the drain availability option, where I will be marking a particular node as the availability option as drain. So once if I mark it as drain, what scheduler will do, it will not assign any new container to that specific node, and all the containers that are running in that specific node will get restarted into a different node. So basically it will shut down the container running in that specific node and start a new container in a different node, so that the desired number of containers for that particular service will continue to run, and the node which is marked to drain will not have any containers at all, and I can take that specific node for maintenance. Once the maintenance activity is done, I can change the availability status as active, so that scheduler can schedule more containers into that specific node. Let us see a small demo. Already I do have 3 nodes. Within this particular node is the leader, and I do have 2 worker machines. As a part of this demo, I am going to drain this particular node and bring back the node to the active state. For the demo purpose, I am going to create a service with replica as 3 in the name of drain_test. So let me create a service with the name drain_test and replica as 3, and the port details I will provide, and I am going to use the image engines. The service should be up and running. I can list the service. So I do have the service drain_test. Let me check the details about the containers running within this particular service. So 3 containers got deployed into 3 different nodes. Let me go ahead and drain this specific node. Docker node ls. So I'm going to drain the node with the IP address 204. Before that, let me get the details about that specific node. Docker node inspect pretty, and then provide the host name. I will have all the details about that specific node, especially the availability status will be active. Now let me go ahead and drain the node. Docker node update, change the availability status to drain, and then provide the host name. Let me get the host name. So I'm going to change the availability status of the node ending with the host name 204 as drain. Docker node update availability as drain for the node ending with IP address 204. Now let me list the nodes available. So it will change the availability status as drain. Now let me go ahead and list the services and the containers for drain_test. Docker service ps drain_test. So what it did, it shut down the container running in the host ending with the IP address 204 and restarted in another host, which is this particular host. It got restarted. So what it did, once I marked that particular node as drain, automatically it restarted the containers in a new node which is already in the active and available status. Now let me go ahead and see the details about that specific node. Docker node inspect pretty. Here it will mark the availability status as a drain. Now I can take down this particular machine for maintenance purpose. Once the maintenance activity is done, I can change the availability status as active. So I can change the availability status to active using the command docker node update, change the availability status as active, and then the host name. Now let me list the nodes available. All will be in the active state. I can even get the details about that individual node using the inspect option, where the availability status will be active. So in a quick summary, we had seen the purpose of draining a node and how to drain a node and change the availability status back to active, as well as what happens whenever I am draining a node and what happens to the containers available within the node that I am marking it as drain.